Okay, so again, we're going to put our vanishing points out near the edge just for simplicity today. Remember, when you get to your final drawings and you start doing this more, you can make those off the page. You can move them around along the horizon line. All right, instead of drawing to the vanishing point, I'm going to line up my ruler with the vanishing point, the end line, the end of that line, and then I'm going to draw a line out. So I'm drawing away from the horizon line instead of to it now. All right, I'm doing that from the top and from the bottom. So don't go to the horizon line, go away from it. And then when you get that done, erase your horizon line because you can't see through a wall. When you get that done, you'll be able to see that there's an inside corner. You can see two walls, a floor, and a ceiling. All right, so from here I've got two walls, a ceiling, and a floor. And at this point, we'll start adding some stuff. We're going to keep it simple at first, but this is where it can go. All right, this is all based on the exact same drawing that you have in front of you. Right back here is my back corner. Here's the first line I drew. Here's the ceiling going out. Those lines. All right, that established all that. So it starts off really simple, and you can go as complex as you want and add more to it. So let's start with a window. And this is where, remember when I talked about earlier, you got to kind of start thinking in terms of parallel. If a box, if the top and the bottom are parallel, all right, but you turn them sideways and they get all funky on the paper, all right, that's okay, but you just have to remember the top and bottom are parallel. So a window, we don't have many windows, but if you look at the window in my office, the top and the bottom are parallel to the corner up there and to the floor that you can't see. So those things are parallel. If you pretended like this screen was a window, that bottom rail, the top rail are parallel to where the floor and the wall meet and where the ceiling and the wall meet. So you're always thinking, it may not make sense now, like why does he tell me that's gibberish? Duh. You'll get, at one point you can get confused really easy and it's like, where does that line go? So if you start thinking in terms of parallel, it does get easier that way. So I'm going to start with an A line. Move over, make another A line. So this line right here, you know, where does the top and the bottom go? So this line is going to this vanishing point. So therefore, the bottom of the window has to go to the same vanishing point. The ceiling goes to this vanishing point. So therefore, the top of the window goes to that vanishing point. If I want to put a grid in it, I'm just going to figure out what halfway is. That goes to that vanishing point as well. And then there's an A line in the middle. Make it look like a window. Okay? Put a door on the other side. Got to get in and out of our room. So it starts off with an A line that goes all the way to the floor. A line that goes all the way to the floor. And then this line and this line both go to here. So therefore the top has to go there as well. Okay? So if you get those two objects in. Little box. My window happened to go above and below the horizon line, so which means when I'm looking through the window, I can see where the sky and the ground meet. If yours does that, you can add the horizon line. If the horizon line is not through the window, don't add it because you can't. If you're not caught up, you can catch up in a minute. All right, so that's a pretty flat window. Not that exciting. We probably need a ledge to put some potted plants on, or books, or whatever knickknacks we want. So a shelf is going to come out from the wall. We've built this window. We'll call this B and we'll call this C. All right. We built this window with C and A lines. So if we're going to make it come out from the wall, the only option we have is a B line. So if I come out a little bit, you can make your shelf as long as you want. All right. That gives me the coming out part. The front of the shelf and the bottom of the window are parallel. So that means this line has to be parallel. All right, so it's a really flat shelf. To give it some height, there's some depth, also called height. Use A line. Remember A line for altitude. Anything that goes up in the air. And all this is a box in a different configuration. All right, so now I have a shelf to set something on, and now I've got some more depth. It's not just flat, flat, flat everywhere. All right, let's see if we can add a chair out here. I don't want to teach all that one. Okay. We'll set a chair against the wall. So it's just a series of boxes. All right. I'll make that taller. And your chair can go in a different location. It doesn't have to go exactly where I'm placing it. So these are the legs. This is the back of the chair. It's be against the wall. All right. This will be the back leg. This will be the back leg that's touching the floor. And then I'm going to draw the arms. So all I did was I drew a C line out from where I thought the arms or the seat should be. We can just make it a simple seat. All right. From here, I'm going to draw a B line. And that tells me where to draw the other side of the chair from. Okay. And I'm going to do it about there. All right, so there is my box. That's the part I'm going to sit on. And I just need some legs to come down. And those are something that gives me height, so that's an A line. Now you got to figure out how tall to make these. I can just keep going forever and it's going to look really weird. So what I do is put my pencil on the C vanishing point, rotate it so that it's lined up with this bottom leg, and then come out to here. And now I know how deep to make that, how tall to make that leg. So pencil on the vanishing point, rotate it until it's lined up with that leg, come out to where that one lines up, and that one actually lined up perfect. And so now I have a chair. But now I need to erase the things that are behind the chair that I can't see. All right. So see if y'all can draw a chair somewhere against a wall. Remember to draw light. There's a lot of erasing. You can always come back later and add the lines darker. On the screen. If you're not caught up, you can get caught up in a minute. But if you miss this information, then you're behind. Alright, so everything is a box. If you look at this chair, it really was just a box that we did some erasing on and turned it into, and we added a little thing at the top and erased some edges, and now we have a chair. So all you're really making is boxes. This window ledge is just a oddly shaped box. Sam, I said eyes are on the screen. So we're going to make a box. We're going to start off with that box against the wall and the floor. So we start going from the floor where the floor and the wall meet. And if you want to, you can put this on the other wall. It doesn't have to be on this wall. Alright, so now I'm going to make the bottom of it. And it's important. This is going to be weird because it's going to be a weird line. But my ruler is lined up with the vanishing point. My ruler is lined up with the vanishing point, and I draw a line out. I do the same thing from the top. Let's see. All right. Ooh, I may have messed that up. Yep. I messed up. Hold on. So all I'm drawing is a box for now. Ooh. I messed up. Hold please. Let's see what I did wrong. Okay, even I mess up. I'm going to just start over. Okay, here we go again. Reason number 447, why you draw a light. Alright, so I'm going to put a box on the back wall. Or a door. I should start with a door. Looking object. Okay? Simple enough. So from the bottom, I'm going to go out from C. There it lines up. Okay, so everybody sees the box now? Kind of light on the screen, but it's there. It's really hard to do this on this bad screen because I'm so ingrained in me to draw light because I know so much is going to get erased. But yet I got to draw dark so that you can see it. Okay, so there's a box. Typically a dresser has legs that come off of it, right? And the bottom is raised up some. So you determine where that's going to be. And you just raise it up a little bit. And this is a good point to do some erasing because you can't see through your dresser. Can't see the door. Can't see where the floor and the wall meet. So it's a good time to get that cleaned up. There's nothing connecting the legs. Alright, so we see where we have a dresser now, starting of it. What I would probably do to make your drawers all the same width is I would just give yourself some sort of measurement. I'm going to put just kind of guessed. So I made little marks on there. And from this, I'm going to go back to B. Every single one goes to B, not to some random place in the world. And then down the middle I'll put a little knob. We'll do a simple knob for now. Okay? And there's a dresser. Alright? See if y'all can do that. Start with a door. Make the door come out of the wall into another box. And then make some alterations from there. If you're feeling really fancy, you can make one of your drawers open if you understand this. See if you can do that. If you're just getting your head around this, that's not a big deal. Just try to get the dresser built. Okay, so there's beam number 1. So for beam number 2, it's going to be the same height as this one. Which means I've got to, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take B. I'm just going to draw a really light line out. So that means every time this line drops down, it has to drop down to there. That gives me that height. There is a way to measure it between each one. They look all perfect. I'm just happy we get beams in right now. Alright, so there's that beam. I'll do one more. So this is a review. I start at the corner where the wall and the ceiling meet, and I draw an A line. And this one has to go down to that guideline that I drew out from here. A B line. Make it as wide as you want. That's totally up to you. And then I just draw my lines out from C. I drew more lines than I needed to, but that's okay. So then do some erasing, and then you can redraw the lines that you want heavy. The crazy thing is, all these beams If you look up at the ceiling in here, you see all those girders up there with those V's in them? Everything's running parallel to each other. But if you look, these are actually, when you see it on screen, it looks parallel. But this line right here is like going way off over here, and this line over here is like that. All right? It really messes with your mind. But if you follow the rules of A, B, and C, it'll always work. Okay? See if y'all can get some beams in. And if you need help, ask. What? You need help? Oh my gosh! I get called into action. then you do the exact same thing. And then we draw this line here. Alright, so while y'all working on a video, we're gonna go pretty close to the bell today, I think. Let me give you your homework assignment. When this is all said and done, I'm gonna say you need to make a composition, 2-point perspective composition. Go. You gotta have certain things in it. Not certain things, but certain criteria. So you will start looking now at all the things that are human made, that are based on a box. You know, everything in this room, the shelves, that cart, the fire extinguisher box, the shelf, the TV, that tent on the roof thing, the heaters, that table over there, the table you're sitting at. Right? Everything is based on a box. You draw a box, you alter it, you get something cool. So the more you will start looking around your world, your bedroom, your living room, wherever you live, what the parts of your house you have, John, turn stuff. What do you do? Alright? You'll look around and see that stuff and go, okay, if I'm standing here looking at a corner, looking at the corner of this room, alright, there's the ceiling, and there's the wall. Well, if that has to go to B, that line has to go to C. Or if I'm looking at the table, I'm like, okay, here's a A line. That one's going to C, and that one's going to D. We'll start doing that. It'll make the big project that much easier and that much more awesomer. So do that. Look around. we'll have time to get caught up, do other things, but this one's pretty simple. We're going to make a checkered floor out of this thing, a tile floor. So if you walk out in the hall, all those tiles are exactly the same size, which is, by the way, if you ever want to know, those are 12 inches. That's a 12-inch tile. So if you ever know, if you need to count feet, count those tiles. So we got to get them all the same size. So eyes are on the screen, Travis, Candace. So back in this corner, I'm going to start, and I'm just going to do it every 1 inch for the sake of simplicity today. And so I just, along this floor, I make a mark every 1 inch on both walls. Just a tiny little tick mark. And then it's real simple from here. I put my pencil on B. Make sure I'm doing this right. Yep. Put my pencil on B. My other side of the ruler on the tick mark. Draw a line out. Pencil on B. Rotate it until I get to the tick mark. Line out. Pencil on B. Line up with the tick mark. Line going out. Pencil on B. Line tick mark. Line going out. So I just keep doing that. It always makes it so much faster if I put my pencil on the vanishing point, because I always know the the line's gonna be correct and go there. And then I do the opposite. Come over to C. Ooh, where was that one? I gotta come back to that one. All right, so there's a checkered floor, that easy. If you're smart, you won't have to draw lines like I did through things. You'll start before they stop. All right? So there's a checkered floor. See if y'all can get that in. We got a few minutes left.